doing it on a fly rod.
And I'm going to show you an easy way to make some of the best salsa.
Ticks are everywhere, and ticks a lot of times cause a lot of different problems. I mean, they'll make you itch for a long, long time.
The best way to learn about hogs and how they relate to their environment is to get out and spend time watching them in their natural habitat.
Welcome to A Sportsman's Life. We're so glad you tuned in to join us for another exciting real-world outdoor adventure right here on A Sportsman's Life. brought to you by Dallas Safari Club, Conservation, Education, and Hunter Advocacy. Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Taurus Firearms, maker of the Raging Hunter. Trigicon, brilliant aiming solutions.
Hi folks, it's your old buddy Luke Clayton. I'm going to show you an easy way to make some of the best salsa that I've ever eaten. I just discovered this, and you can order it online. Salsa in a Snap. salsainasnap.com is the website. A buddy of mine introduced me to this, Kenneth Shepard. This stuff is awesome, and it's so easy. You just need a can of salsa in a Snap, and a can of Hunt's Petite diced tomatoes. I'm going to give you a close look at this in just a minute, but it's as simple as this. You take this little scooper and scoop up a scoop of salsa in a Snap. It's a dry mixture. Dump a can of Hunt's Petite diced tomatoes in a Tupperware, whatever. This is already made, by the way, folks, and chilled. Put your scoop of that, stir it up, cover it up, and put it in the refrigerator for an hour or whatever. I left that in there overnight. I'm going to tell you what, folks, this stuff right here, scoop it up on a chip. I'm going to give you a close look at all this. You can order it online. salsainasnap.com. Now let's move on to the rest of our show. We've got some fun stuff. If I stop eating, we could progress.
Ticks are everywhere, and ticks a lot of times cause a lot of different problems. I mean, they'll make you itch for a long, long time, but there's also such a thing as called Lyme disease. It started up in Pennsylvania years ago. Lyme disease is spread all over North America, and it is a serious disease that you can get from a tick bite. Generally, if you get bitten by a tick and you see kind of a rosette forming on you, that's a sure sign that you've probably got it. You want to get to the doctor as soon as quickly as you can, because our treatment's available if you get to them very quickly. But sometimes too, you may get a tick bite and it won't even show that rosette, and you could still have Lyme's disease. Lyme's disease is kind of like a flu sometimes to start with, but it also can manifest in a lot of different ways to where you end up having bad arthritis problems, breathing problems, heart problems, all those kind of things. It mimics lots of different diseases. Anytime you go out, you need to look for ticks regardless. And with deer populations and the wildlife populations that we have now in some of the small communities, the rural areas, of course, but also some of the suburbs, lots of ticks in those areas. So you want to check yourself for ticks when you come in. If you're going to pull one off, take a pair of tweezers, get all the way down to the bottom as close as you can to where the tick is attached, and pull it off. And but you know what I try to do is, there are two things I don't like, or three things: mosquitoes, ticks, and chiggers. Now if you live in the south and even some parts of the southeast and the north, you know what chiggers are. They'll itch and bite for days. The way that you get away from that is to use this product right here. It's called a Sawyer's insect repellent. It is a permethrin. It's an odorless permethrin. This kills ticks as soon as it contacts. Now you don't put it on yourself, you put it on your clothing. You spray it on the clothing, and it comes available in several different sizes. This just happens to be one that's it's set up for, it says it treats 2 garments completely. So you just kind of spray it on and let it dry, and then you can wear your clothes right after that. Again, you don't want to spray it on your body, you want to spray it on your clothing, underwear, socks, pants, shirt. I'll put it on my hat, caps. Again, this will kill that tick or that chigger, and it also keeps mosquitoes away. So it can be found just about anywhere. I usually go to Walmart, Bass Pro, Cabela's, almost any place that sells camping equipment will sell this right here, and it's called Sawyer's Insect Repellent, but you want it to be the permethrin. Be sure it says Permethrin. That's going to make all the difference in the world.
Sportsman's Life is also brought to you by the YO Steakhouse, Catch and Release Apparel, AGM Global Vision, H3 Whitetail Solutions, and Pyramid Air.
Hello sports fans, Bill Carey here with your fishing tip this week on Sportsman's Life. I'm going to give you 101 on how to adjust and throw a bait caster without getting backlashed. This is the #1 rule. Watch what I do. We'll be right back. Okay, now, a couple adjustments here. This is the brake. I want you to tighten that as far as it'll go. And this is your casting adjustment right here. I want you to turn that as far as you can go. And then we're going to make it to where the lure will fall at its own adjustment without backlashing. Now, watch this. Okay, you want your lure to slowly go to the floor and not backlash. Watch this. See here? Didn't backlash. So your brake and your casting adjustment, snug them down. As you get better, you can back them off. You'll throw further. But this way you won't backlash right out of the hole. Even some old timers might even learn a little something from this because backlashes are a booger. So, there you go. How to use a bait caster 101 on A Sportsman's Life. So, from Bill Carey at Striper Express, go catch a fish.
The best way to learn about hogs and how they relate to their environment is to get out and spend time watching them in their natural habitat. I grabbed my gearhead bow and I headed out for a relaxing afternoon of hog hunting and was fortunate enough to see this sounder of hogs, but had no shot opportunity. Regardless, I consider this to be a successful hunt. Anytime you have the opportunity to watch hogs in the wild, it is a learning experience. While the meat hole was empty, I was entertained to say the least and consider this hunt a learning experience.
Folks, this segment was brought to us by Gearhead Archery, Smoke Intex Electric Smokers, Snaplock Hunting Blinds, YO Ranch Headquarters, Ultramatic Feeders, and Catfish Pro. Tune in next week for some more real-world outdoor adventures right here on A Sportsman's Life.